Imagine for a moment that everything you think you know about yourself, your identity, your personality, your past experiences, might not be as solid as you believe. What if I told you that, according to Buddhist philosophy, there is no self at all? Ironic, right? Especially coming from the Self-Explorer, a channel all about self-improvement. But stick with me, because today, we're diving deep into the concept of no self, or Anatta, and how it relates to the 5 aggregates. In Buddhism, Anatta is the idea that the self, as we typically understand it, is an illusion. We tend to think of ourselves as stable, permanent beings. But Buddhism teaches us that what we call self is just a collection of constantly changing processes. And these processes are broken down into what are known as the 5 aggregates, or skandhas. So, what are the 5 aggregates? Think of them as different components that come together to create what we experience as me, or I. They are form, rupa. This is your physical body, the part of you that's tangible. It's your flesh, bones, organs, etc. But even this is constantly changing, right? Cells die, regenerate, we age, we grow. Sensation, vedana. Sensation refers to the feelings we experience, pleasure, pain, and neutrality. These are reactions to the world around us. For instance, when you touch something hot, you feel pain. When you eat something delicious, you feel pleasure. But these sensations are fleeting and constantly changing. Perception, sana. Perception is about how we recognize and interpret the world. It's how you see something and immediately label it, like recognizing a tree or hearing a sound and knowing it's music. Again, this process is always active, but not permanent. Mental formations, sankhara. These are your thoughts, intentions, and emotions. It includes all your habits, prejudices, and mental tendencies. Ever notice how your thoughts change throughout the day? You might feel happy, and then suddenly sad or angry. This aggregate shows just how fluid our mental landscape is. Consciousness, vijnana. Finally, consciousness is the awareness of sensory and mental experiences. It's the part of you that knows you're aware. But even this awareness is constantly shifting as you move from one experience to another. Before we go any further, if this concept of no self is challenging some of your ideas about personal growth, hit that subscribe button and drop a comment below. Let's explore this together. Why does this matter? So, why should you care about these aggregates? Well, when we look closely at these processes, we see that they are all impermanent. None of them stays the same for long. And if none of these things, the body, sensations, perceptions, thoughts, or even consciousness, are permanent, then how can there be a fixed self? This is the core teaching of no self. We identify with things that are constantly changing, which leads to suffering. Think about how much time we spend trying to improve the self. But what if there's nothing stable to improve? Instead, Buddhism suggests that true peace comes from letting go of the illusion of self and accepting the flow of constant change. So, how do we apply this in daily life? Start by observing these aggregates. Next time you feel stressed or anxious, try to break it down. Is it a physical sensation in your body? Is it a mental formation, like a thought or belief? When we start to see these parts as temporary, we can begin to loosen our attachment to them and find more ease in life. Thanks for sticking with me through this exploration of Anatta and the 5 aggregates. If you found this video thought-provoking, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments. How does this idea of no self sit with you? And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into self-improvement, Buddhist philosophy, and beyond. In the end, the idea of no self might seem unsettling, but it can also be liberating. By realizing that the self is just a collection of ever-changing experiences, we free ourselves from the pressure of trying to maintain something permanent in an impermanent world. Instead of clinging to a fixed identity, we can flow with the natural changes of life. And that's where true peace lies.